All right, we're going to talk windows today, guys. That's the next subject. We've gone through siding and roofing.
Want any other ones?
Yeah, you can bring a couple of them in here.
You know what I've always wondered? How'd they come up with the name of Mansur Roof? Was that the name of a guy that designed
I don't
it?
know. What, that would be my guess. It's an architect who came up with it.
It's just a hideous looking thing.
It is.
And the worst for roofing is when they've got windows set in, because it's just a trap for everything to sit in there.
Yeah.
And usually you'll clad it with, most of the time, copper.
Yeah.
But still, it's just, I know places over the river road, and, you know, I went into one and the guy said, wanted to do all this. I said, shit, just tear your roof off and build something different.
Yeah.
Because he just kept having problems and leaks. I mean, older home, and I don't know what they've done, if they did more or whatever, but I was curious. I've never,
Yeah.
I'm
Google
just, you know, thinking that what was the deal, but I don't know.
it. Yeah, we could Google it. We'll find out.
Wikipedia.
That's the thing, like, you know, let's say you guys are like, you know, I want to know how to install a metal roof. Be resourceful. One of the best educations is YouTube. You can go on there. They got tons and tons of great videos. And that's why we're actually trying to put together a lot of how-to videos this year and stuff, professional videos that Bob edits and stuff that we can get on there. So let's get into windows though. There's two main styles of windows in terms of the type of window installation. There's replacement windows, sometimes referred to as pocket windows, and then there's new construction windows. The difference being this guy right here. This is called a flange. Okay, new construction windows have a flange. In new construction, they're going to basically frame out what we call the rough opening. They're going to install this window into there, and then they're going to nail it to the siding, and then they're going to run their siding around it. Now this one has what we call a built-in channel. What channel is a piece that's shaped like a J. If it's J channel, so there's different shapes. There's F channel, which is shaped like that. There's J channel, which is shaped like a J. But typically, if you're looking at a cross section of a house and you got your windows right here, okay, what they're going to run is a piece of J channel there. And if you look at it upside down, a piece of J channel there, and that's what your siding is actually going to fit into. Does that make sense?
Yep.
You know, and then your siding piece is going to come up here. And then on the very top of this piece, because this siding piece that slips in there is going to be cut off, they put what's called sill trim. And that's an additional piece that they put over that cut edge before it slips up into the J channel so that it doesn't move around too much. It gives it a little more thickness so that that piece isn't just flapping around. Because there's really no way to get up in there and nail it, right?
Right.
So you got to just have something that kind of clips up in there.
Yeah.
So, and we actually have a clipping system that we use now to make sure that that piece doesn't blow around the window. So this window here in particular has a built-in channel already into it. So this one you can install in new construction, or, so new construction is really only an option for you if you're redoing the siding. Unless you want to cut all the flanges off, in which case, what's the point, right? So if you go up to a house that has vinyl siding or steel siding or something like that, where they already have channel around the windows, probably not going to be a new construction deal. Because why? Well, either we're going to have to stick in a sawzall, cut off the old manufacturer's channels. You guys know what a sawzall is?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's sawzall. I call it sawzall.
That's what we call it too.
That's a tool with a
I've heard it go both ways, so yin or yang. But yeah, you'd have to put your sawzall in there and then go all the way around. You'd basically be cutting the manufacturer's flanges off there. You'd slide that window out, your new window would slide in, you'd caulk it in place. In that application, we don't warranty it. Why? Because for moisture intrusion,
Oh God.
it's only as good as that caulking. When that caulking fails, you're getting moisture going right into your wall cavity. It's a huge, huge problem. So
Yeah.
we definitely try and avoid those installs if at all possible. So if somebody wants to do replacement windows and they have vinyl siding around all their windows and stuff, and they don't have the old like wood double hung style stuff, it's really tough. What you're going to end up doing is taking their siding off,
Yep.
putting a new construction window in, putting the siding back up. And that's just the reality of the matter. That's
Yeah.
what it's going to be. It's going to cost you way more. There's probably going to be another contractor that's going to go out and sell them the cut-in style. I've done it, but if you're going to sell that cut-in style without doing any siding work, you signed waivers. You understand this is not a recommended procedure. This is, not going to hold up to moisture over time. Warranty is completely void on this install, things like that. So if you ever get into a situation like that, you're going to need manager approval on that. So I'm going to have to sign off on that. Go take a look at it. Your most basic type of window, though, is going to be your old kind of double hung wood. That's what you're going to get a lot of. And that's where you'll be able to put in kind of your replacement window. There's custom windows versus standard windows. Obviously, when we're doing replacements, for the most part, whether they're new construction or pocket windows, we're probably going with a custom window, right? Unless we're doing a brand new construction, we're probably doing custom windows. So we can custom make windows to any size. The four main types are vinyl, wood, clad, fiberglass. Now clad is really a variation on wood. What clad means, the term clad comes from back in the war days. They used to take wood and they'd clad it in metal. And so it was their cladded shield. So clad just really means wrapped in some kind of metal, whether that's aluminum or steel or whatever. So if you look at like, a Milgard window here, this one's made out of fiberglass. So Milgard is our main fiberglass window. These ones here for a window this size installed are going to run you about $1,000. Okay. This is a vinyl window. All of our windows that we carry are virgin vinyl, which means they're 100% new plastic. They're not made out of recycled pop cans or milk jugs or things like that. It's all virgin vinyl. It does have this removable screen. This particular one is an Anderson. I think this is a Renault Silverline. So this is a Silverline one. Our two main vinyl windows that we sell are the Hayfield windows. That's the one you saw earlier that we're doing at the show. And the Simonton windows. So the Simonton window, and you guys, I'm going to be completely honest, vinyl window for the most part is a vinyl window is a vinyl window. They're all pretty much made the same. There's little variations on it, but for the most part, they're all pretty similar. So if you look at your Simonton windows, you can kind of look at a cross section here. You can start seeing some of the differences. For example, the difference between these two here. See how this one has a stepped sill? It steps up versus a straight sill. So this one here's a little bit higher end because it's going to block a little more of the wind coming in. The difference also, some of the windows will have an insulated cavity. That's one of the additional features. Also, we call this pane here a glazing. So this one would be double glazed versus triple glazed, would actually have a third pane in the middle. So that makes a big difference. The thickness between the panes has a lot to do with it. This one here is clearly an upgrade from this one, 3/4 inch thickness versus 1/2 inch. All of them have this swiggle seal technology. It's a rubber seal. So basically when your outside pane gets really cold, it used to be where this would be made out of aluminum. And so that cold air transfers through conduction all the way to the inside panel. Now it's made out of rubber. Rubber doesn't transfer heat. It works out pretty good. So on the Simonton one, I think they call that the swiggle seal. It's called a different name on the Hayfield windows. What you need to know is both of them are real good. I'm strongly going to encourage you guys. Windows are probably the hardest of the 4 exterior products to sell because there's just so much to them. They're fairly difficult to price. There's a lot of different options. So they can be somewhat difficult. In fact, probably what we should do is we did a whole seminar on windows last year for about 4 hours. I'm going to provide you guys with those videos and you can watch those. So I'm not going to waste a bunch of your time going through it. That's the basics today on vinyl windows. Okay?
What do you, now does Anderson they specialize, you just use them for vinyl line, or?
So Anderson really specializes in wood windows.
Yeah.
They carry a vinyl line here, the silver line, but the Renewal by Anderson is the big wood window line, and they can make that with a wood exterior or with a cladded aluminum exterior. And those run about $1,000 an opening too.
Gotcha.
Okay. A vinyl window like a Simonton like that, a little pocket insert, those are going to run you about $450 a window. So let's get into pricing out a vinyl window, since that's the majority of what you're going to be selling. For Anderson and stuff like that, that's going to be a 2-sit close. What you're going to do in that case is measure out all your windows, come back to me and say, Mike, I got this window job, help me price it out. I'm going to walk you over to United Products. You're going to talk to Harry or Larry. You're going to give him the measurements. He's going to train you on all the product and stuff. And then you're going to go back out after you write up your proposal and go through it with the homeowner with all your samples. This is still what I do on big window projects like that. I don't know it all. There's just so much to know on windows. It's not, there's 2 different kinds of vinyl lap, Dutch lap and straight lap. I mean, there's tons of different features. Your main features are, is it double glazed or triple glazed? Is that cavity filled with argon gas or krypton gas? Argon being the more common, krypton being a little more expensive but a little bit better. And then does it have, what's the thickness, the gap? And then the third thing is going to be what color are they doing, like a wood interior or things like that. So why don't you guys pull out your window price guide. So windows are priced by the United Inch. Anybody know what a United Inch is?
This one is,
Well, simply put, if you add the width to the height in inches, that's your United Inches. United, add the width and the height. It's pretty simple. So let's say we got a window, like so. Let's say it's 30 inches wide, 48 inches tall. How many United Inches do I have?
78.
78. That's how you measure a window. In fact, I got a handy little video for you guys. You know what? That's why. I must have sent you the wrong version, because like half my slides are missing.
No, nice.
Yeah. So, with that, we're going to be resourceful. And, yeah, I don't know. Did I send it to you?
Yeah,
I did, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, because I had like my window video in here and everything. So, let's say you're like,